Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Muhammad Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia. On this episode, we have a special guest, Robert Timmons. Robert Timmons is the host of the Robert Timmons Show, and people also call him, he calls himself, is the painter of Millionaires, Robert Timmons.
How you
Well,
doing? Thank you for
excellent.
having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Robert. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to get into this hosting of a Robert Timmons show and conquering the world in terms of your work?
Oh, well, that's a big question.
Yeah.
Um, it depends on how far you want to go back to get to the foundation of where I am today. We can kind of, I've been an artist my entire life.
Mhm.
When I was actually painting ocean animals, for example, I found my niche. I went to a big city. I found my niche by, uh, watching a documentary about sharks, and these sharks were, it wasn't about just seeing sharks. It was about the killing of sharks in the ocean.
Mhm.
That, it lit a fire inside me. I started painting about the ocean animals and started creating a network and started actually, you know, building such a powerful network that we had wins. We were like winning against companies that were selling shark cartilage, for an example. But it went on further. It went to whales, dolphins, seals, turtles, and I started going around the world. I was even interrogated in Japan for going in there the second time to document the slaughter of dolphins. I started rubbing elbows with amazing people in the conservation world, like Paul Watson of Sea Shepherd, Rick O'Barry of the Dolphin Project, people that were doing such passionate things. And as an artist, I'm all about emotions. I'm all about that passion. And so I was creating that, and that creation of painting created my world. If you understand manifestation and visualization and adding, the secret sauce is always emotion.
Yeah.
So I put emotion into everything that I painted, and it came out into my world. I actually created my world. But at the time, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that that's what was happening.
Mhm.
And in that time, I look back and I go, so what did I learn from that? How can I provide value to people now? And I was like, I learned skills. I gave away so much art. I must have, I did I did like 70 events in 5 years for, Sea Shepherd, for an example, that I learned organizational skills. I learned how to manage and lead volunteers, which are very passionate people. So it's more delicate, for an example. I learned how to position people properly so they want to keep coming back. I learned public speaking. I was speaking in universities. I was speaking at a lot of events. So I was like, okay, where am I going to go with this? Now that I have that, and I wanted to bring painting back into my world because I moved from Canada down to the United States to be with my wife, who I met in that manifestation, funny enough. But here I am, going, okay, well, I want to start helping these charities, but on a different level. I want to start, finding a way. What's my foundation? So instead of giving my time, I can now create something to give money, for an example, and be able to help more charities. So I started on my journey of personal development 5-6 years ago, and was reading books, was learning about a lot of things, and I started seeing patterns. I started learning some really quality things, and these people that I was listening to, I was like, why don't I paint them? Like Les Brown, Jay Shetty, that you can see behind me, right? And this brought my art world into my life, but I created a hypothesis. Because they say if you create a hypothesis, you become biased to that hypothesis. So you make it happen. So I'm like, what can this painting of millionaires do for me in my life to provide value and service to others? And not only did I paint these and start giving them away, so 4 millionaires own my paintings: Ed Milet, Jesse Etzler, Grant Cardone, and Eric Thomas, E.T. the preacher, all public speakers, not realizing that that's what I was actually doing. But they're all public speakers. I love public speaking now that I understand, how I talk through passion. to educate and advocate at that time for the ocean and the ocean animals, to give them a voice. But here I am, ready to start speaking in a different way, right? Bringing the skills in, how things help, gratitude, giving, how it all helped in my life, my vision, imagination, dreaming as an artist, putting emotion into everything and how it's changed and created a new life for me. And now I pivoted because the COVID pandemic happened. So here I'm ready, last year I was ready to start, getting on the stages, and I'm like, okay, well, now how can I provide value? So I pivoted and created the Robert Timmons Show, Powerful Mindset Machines. So I started interviewing speakers of value, speakers that are putting out value, providing service to so many people. And I thought, you know what, not only am I providing value to my listeners, but I'm learning and I'm having a great conversations with these people. And I'm able to actually ask them detailed questions to find out more. Because I love learning, I love reading, I love listening to podcasts, I love listening to videos of value. I put my time into everything that will improve who I am, and then so I can teach people the same thing. Because if it changes my life, like I say, if you're going to read a book, don't just read it. See what's in there that resonates with you and implement it into your life. Because if it worked for them, it may work for you. It may be that catalyst that gets you to that next level. So not only have I, painted 11 millionaires now and given 4 away, so 4 millionaires own my paintings, but now I'm in the financial literacy industry. So now I'm finding a way to provide value to educate people on how money works. So it like I said, I'm documenting these steps from painting millionaires and how it's changing my life, because it's happened when I was an artist for the ocean, and how it changed my life and how I actually empowered people to lead and be a part of so many changes in the world for animals. So I'm just happy and grateful to be able to share my journey in such a powerful way, and watch and in excitement of seeing how my paintings are creating my life in a way that you can't even imagine.
Now, that is a wow, amazing story. How you bring your art skills and and connecting everything together with all the top millionaires. Now you're getting, so you gave them this artwork to them, and what's the first thing they see? What's kind of emotions they present to you?
Well, I get a lot of great messages. Oh, they love it. They're ecstatic about it, and I'm honored. Like I pretty much put a video. I give them a video. I let them know what they've done for me, what their words have done. Because if you're changing me, you're changing the way I help my family. You're changing the way I interact with other people.
Yeah.
So I'm their words, their experiences, their powerful expressions, the way they they interview people as well. So I'm learning so many different skills. As they say, we're in that virtual mentor kind of era where we have that accessibility if we're looking for it.
Yeah.
When you look for things, you will find what you're looking for. Things don't come just by sitting on the couch.
Yeah, definitely. So based on what you have learned so far, what are the top 3 mistakes people do which they should avoid in their journey of taking their career to the next level, taking their business to the next level, or taking them from startup to the next level? So what are the top 3 missteps to avoid?
Top 3 mistakes?
Yeah.
I think, well, personal development is definitely something that people tend to not take serious. I've been involved in a lot of different things in my own journey, where a lot of people, they're in there looking for that quick tip, quick action, quick, we want it today. I want to know how to do it now so I can get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's not what personal development is about, because when you change where you are to get to that next step in business, next step in life, it actually, it does everything, because you're creating new standards. So I think people have a mistake of not improving their standards. It's like leaving the kitchen a mess all night. right? That's one simple way.
Yeah.
But if you clean up that kitchen and make sure that you set your day tomorrow with a clean kitchen, that's going to run off into everything else that you're doing. One thing that I've done, I've associated myself, which I think is another good one. A lot of people associate themselves with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you grow up with people, there's times where you need to cut them off if you want to grow further.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people tend to want to hold on to those memories, emotions, and baggage at times, not realizing that that's what's holding them back. So that would be another one, your associations, your attitude, because your association will, change your attitude. And for an example on that, one of the millionaires I painted, Jesse Itzler, I'm now being mentored by him and his coaches to the point that I'm associated with these amazing people that are running 100 miles, that are after Guinness Book of World Records, and what's that done for me? Well, it's pushed me in the physical manner, first off, that I did 61 straight days of 12 miles plus a day on my bike. Now, it sounds like it's not a lot, 12 miles. People can say, I can go out and do 12 miles now.
Yeah.
Do it 61 days straight, no matter what the weather is, rain, shine, night, dark, whatever. When you get into that 40, 45 days, your mind's starting to say, okay, I need to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Your mind's saying, you've done enough. You don't need to go anymore. And that's when Powerful Mindset Machine came in. That's when I said, the spoken word, that's another thing. People don't speak well of themselves or others. And that alone will deter you from moving forward in your life and in your business. Because if I can speak that I got this, and I know there's a challenge in front of me, and I get through that, that's a success to push me to the next one and over that next hill and over that next hill. But if I sit there and complain, procrastinate, judge, all I'm doing is pointing fingers at myself and pushing myself and staying in the area I'm in, the rut, the confusion, the wonder, why can't I make it forward? He did it. Why can't I do it? Right? So people really need to understand, those areas to allow themselves to move forward.
Great. Did you mention the Jesse Itzler? He is in Atlanta. By the way, he is a billionaire. I met him.
His wife owns the Spanx,
Yeah.
$1 billion company. Yes.
He's a billionaire. You can say you are a painter of some billionaires too, not only a billionaires.
He's an amazing guy. He's all about, he's teaching me, the concept of living off a calendar of experiences.
Mhm.
So, I really do believe coaches and mentors, is very powerful to someone who wants to learn to move forward fast than just doing your own struggles and challenges.
Yeah. Especially who are living their life and doing it too, not only teaching. There's a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Power of applied knowledge is power. So you have to apply and learn something there. So I think I'll probably already have the answer to this question from you so far, what you shared. However, I'm going to ask that question for my audience again. What are your top 3 success secrets so far in your life?
Well, like I said, I think last year I read about 41 books. The year before I read 36 books. The year before was more of a challenge. I'm like, leaders are readers. If I want to be a leader further than where I am, then I need to read more. I need to see what people are putting into these books to understand, like your book, New Success Secrets. Like, what are those secrets, right? So I take on books like that and I start seeing patterns. So I think patterns is one thing, take those books and implement those things, right? Because when you see patterns, you're like, okay, wait, it's not only worked for him, it's worked for 10 more people. So a morning routine, massive. How you wake up and own your day sets your day. If you can raise your vibration in the morning, you're already in a success because you've already implemented a few things in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. I set my alarm, 5 a.m. First thing I do, AirPods, meditation, affirmations, goals. What am I doing? What are my 2021 goals, which I created before 2021 started. I didn't wait till New Year's Eve to
Yeah.
get those goals set up, so I'm like ready to run on January 1st. No, I started setting them up November, December kind of thing. How do I project my year?
Mhm.
Right? So patterns are huge. So, a daily ritual, if it's getting up in the morning and doing your meditation, if it's getting up in the morning, read your goals, getting up in the morning and doing your affirmations, but feel them, visualize them. As an artist, I'm all about visualizing, because when I get an idea, if I cannot see 500 patterns from that idea, like I see it grow in my mind.
Mhm.
And because I can see it grow, I get excited. And I start saying, let's take this on and see where it goes. A nighttime routine is another good thing. So not only are you starting your day, but now you want your mind to think about something over the night. You want to start doing your affirmations again. You want to think about your goals again. You want to, you can meditate if you like, at night. I kind of seem to, I end up falling asleep where I'm at sometimes. So I tend to stop on the meditation at night myself. I'm trying to figure out, what best to do. But the whole objective is to keep filling your mind with your goals and your ideas and vision. So then your mind becomes used to it. Your body starts understanding that I'm already there. You're raising the vibration of where you are to where you're visualizing, because your mind doesn't know if it's real or fake, doesn't know if it's positive or negative. And if you keep doing that, now you're already there in your mind, meaning you're attracting it as much as your body is heading towards there. And
Mhm.
that's when opportunity comes in with the actions that you create. And, so I want everybody to understand, you create your own life. As I paint on the canvas, it's the same way that you can paint your life. And that's a big message I want to put through here, is that when I paint, I have to get the idea, I have to get the materials, the canvas, the paints, the brushes. I have to design it. So I have to create a blueprint kind of what I'm going to paint from my mind, what's going on, how do I get it? Then I have to paint. And in that process of painting, you may not see the mistakes on this canvas, but I know them. I know the mistakes that I had to deal with, the errors that I had to change, the adjustments, the eyes, making sure that they're right so they look like the person I'm painting. The smile, the smirk, the hair, everything. You have to be able to look at it and go, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Because if I don't do it right, you don't know who it is. But when I get all that done, I have a successfully driven through plan to success, completion, and then I can start another one. But like I said, as you do one thing, you do everything.
That's it. Yeah. Wonderful. That's amazing. So, as we are almost about to wrap up, how people can outreach to you and what they should expect when they're listening to your podcast. And
Absolutely. Well, the link's on there. It's a link tree, Robert Timmons. There you'll find my podcasts on YouTube, on iTunes. Can be able to, connect with me. I also offer a complimentary financial needs analysis, no charge for anybody, to get their blueprint for them, for their families. That's definitely on there as well. US only, because I'm licensed in the US, so we cannot do anywhere else. But the objective, like I said, on my podcast shows, I interview speakers that provide value to empower my listeners. And the reason I did speakers is because that's just the direction I'm going. That's what's in
yeah,
my heart. And I really, with the stages being removed from the pandemic, it allowed me to say, listen, why don't I provide a stage for these people and keep the value that they have inside them going as much and many channels as possible, including my own.
oh, wonderful. That's amazing. Now you're building a friendship circle. When the actual stages open up, now everybody know you. You have been meeting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah, I am definitely building an amazing network. And
Yeah,
amazing.
that's the key part. I like to ask this question to all of my guests to find out what would you say to your best friend about the growth hacking secrets? That's the show name where you are right now when I'm not there.
What would I say to my best friends about growth hacking secrets? when I am not there? Well, I think a growth hacking secret is reading books. Honestly, it's the most simplest thing. The libraries are free. Find out how you bring information in. Are you visual, audio? Do you like to read? Those things, that I think that's the key. That's the key. And then action. That's the growth hack right there. There's no easy, fast start. You need to actually do the work. And if you get excited about the work you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. Because I've lived through passion for advocating for ocean animals. And for 5 years straight, I didn't feel I was doing any work. I was just out there doing as many events and many ways to talk about it as I could. And that's what I'm doing now with my podcast.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What would you say as a final word?
Do the work.
Good one.
No, I love all of you guys, and I'm here. Any way you want, contact me. Let me know if you want to be on my show. You're a speaker. Come on, message me at roberttimmons.com, robert@roberttimmons.com, and I'm here to bend my ear.
Yeah, so go on this link, linktree, linktr.ee/Robert Timmons, ROBERT TIMMONS. I spelled it for everyone who is just listening, not watching. So thank you so much, Robert Timmons, on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Muhammad Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. All good.
Thank you.